Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Now, I just went ahead and started off this reading by shuffling the traditional tarot deck, and right away one card has already flown out of the deck, and this is the Hermit card. This card speaks to soul searching, spiritual enlightenment, introspection, and most traditionally, this card can really connect with someone who is spending a lot of time alone. For some reason, I'm picking up on someone who actually does spend time physically around quite a few other people, or maybe doing this at this time, and yet inwardly at a deeper spiritual level, they feel very much alone. I'm hearing different, as though something about you or your soul or your life path just feels entirely different from the people around you. I'm hearing that you feel different because, in a sense, you've been set apart. You came here to do something very unique on this planet at this time. And the words inner guidance are really coming to me very strongly now. What I feel this indicating is that there is some kind of inner guidance trying to make its way through to you. You could call this a message from your higher self, your spirit guides, whatever you want to refer to it as, but essentially, whatever you might call it, it's all the same thing. It is you picking up on this very deep and ancient wisdom within yourself, contained really within your spiritual self, your inward self. So hopefully through this reading, we can channel whatever inner guidance is trying to make its way through to you at this time. As I always say, it's my goal through these readings to reconnect you with what your intuition is already trying to communicate to you. So whenever you feel that sense of resonance, that may be a sign that the messages are meant for you, are really connecting with you. And if you don't feel that resonance with anything in this reading, be sure to leave those dissonant messages here and trust that they will be received by someone else who might need to hear them at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a Moonology card deck as I am reaching for that card. If you would like me to channel more specifically for you and your situation, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, because these actions, liking and subscribing, do allow me to pick up on your energy more easily. Okay, so the card Adjustments Are Required came out. This is the third quarter moon card, and I feel that these so-called adjustments you might be being called to make in your life relate somehow to a connection that is either very close to you. This could be a friendship, a romantic situation. I am hearing, though, that whoever this person is, this feels like someone who is drawing upon your energy really heavily at this time, or sending you a lot of energy. This could be someone in a romantic sense who has been thinking really heavily about you, and you've been really picking up on the energy that they're sending you, because we are all connected in this energetic plane, in this web of collective consciousness. So when someone is sending you a lot of energy, you're capable of picking up on that energy through the subconscious mind and interpreting it as emotions, as physical sensations, even as feelings of physical attraction to that person. This is a really complex kind of dynamic, because when someone is thinking really heavily about you, you can actually pick up on that energy and feel as though you are feeling a draw, a pull to that person, or almost as though you are thinking a lot about them. And some people refer to this as a love spell, but that terminology can sometimes be a bit confusing, because most people who are sending us this kind of energy, causing us to think about them, feel strongly about them, are sending us this energy very unconsciously. This isn't something they're doing intentionally. And this is, I feel, the case with this particular person. I'm hearing obsessed, like this person is obsessed with you. For some reason, the color green is coming out here. This feels like one of those readings that may just be for a particular group of people, maybe a small group of people. So be sure to only take these messages if they do connect with you. We also have the card, Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back, the South Node card. The South Node can also connect with karmic energies as well. So I feel that this is someone from your past. This may be a karmic connection. If it's not a karmic relationship, then this could be some other form of relationship. Sorry, my throat chakra was acting up there for a second. We will get into that, because usually that indicates some kind of throat chakra energy or something to do with communication. I'm hearing this person metaphorically is clearing their throat, like someone preparing to say something, preparing to talk to you. And you're feeling the pull on yourself energetically. So what this tells me is this may be someone from your past that you don't necessarily speak to regularly, but they are in some sense drawing upon your energy and sending a lot of energy to you. It's like they're draining you because they're thinking about you in this very intense, almost like an obsessive kind of way. And I'm hearing that on your part, Divine Feminine, this may be causing you to think that you want to go back to someone in your past or reach out to someone from your past. This could be a platonic situation, of friendship, of family member, but I'm feeling that in most cases, this was an ex or someone that you were romantically involved with at some point in time. Now, my guides are telling me that this is a dynamic that you are being trained to handle, trained to deal with, because this is going to continue happening as you continue to rise into your power and onto this highest timeline that you are now aligning with. What my guides are telling me is that what's happening here is that essentially as you are beginning to magnetize your energy with this kind of spiritual power, as you are doing that inner child work, that inner healing work on yourself, as you are breaking those chains of limiting belief systems and ideologies and continuing to raise your vibration in this way, my guides are showing me that web of collective consciousness. And as you shift your vibration in this very powerful way, everyone who is energetically connected to you most closely is going to feel that vibrational shift within you unconsciously. And what this means is they are going to suddenly feel this piqued curiosity or interest in you. They're going to wonder how you're doing. They're going to find themselves wanting to reach out. I'm talking about literally anyone connected to you energetically. So because energy cannot be created or destroyed, anyone you've ever energetically bonded with is still, in a sense, somewhat connected to you through the subconscious mind and through the energetic field. So what this means is if you have anyone you used to be very good friends with, maybe past coworkers, friendships from your school-aged years, this could be lovers from your past, family members you don't speak with very frequently anymore, regardless of who these others are, if you have ever had some kind of meaningful bond or connection with them, they are right now feeling this really powerful shift taking place within you. And although they don't realize that this is what they're picking up on at the conscious level, subconsciously, they're going to suddenly feel motivated to text you, to call you, to reach out to you. And what this is doing is it's actually beginning to drain you a little bit, because even though I feel whoever we're channeling here may not necessarily be reaching out as of yet, again, it was as though they were clearing their throat, metaphorically speaking, preparing to communicate, preparing to reach out, but almost feeling a little bit of nervousness or self-consciousness around doing that. But even though they aren't yet physically communicating with you, you're feeling them thinking about you, wondering about you, wondering if they should reach out. And all of this is creating a little bit of a drain on your energy as well. So I want to know more about this person. By the way, I saw the numbers 11 and 12. Those might connect with you in some way. Those also could symbolize the months of November or December. Okay, so who is this person that is pulling on the Divine Feminine's energy or thinking about her really heavily? Anxiety in the upright position, someone who's feeling very nervous and very anxious. Now, with the expect powerful change card in the reverse position, I feel that this person here has actually been very slow to change. They are very resistant to change. And you, Divine Feminine, are someone who has really opened yourself up to change. Especially in recent months or years, you have allowed yourself to become very detached from any specific timeline, very fluid and flexible when it comes to these changes taking place within you. I'm hearing that some of you might feel as though you've been forced to be flexible, to be fluid in that way, because when you went through this spiritual awakening, you were so utterly detached from any one specific timeline for the purpose of allowing you to change and transform in the fastest and most efficient way, which may have required you to very quickly change a lot of aspects of yourself, your life, your relationships, your friendships, your work. I feel like you are someone who has undergone quite a bit of change recently. Yeah, door to spirit upright. And this was because of your spiritual awakening. You've really been learning to surrender to the divine changes taking place in your life. But the person from your past, or this could be a group of people for some of you listening, who are pulling on your energy in this instance, they are very resistant to change. In fact, I feel as though change really makes them nervous. And when they see or subconsciously sense you changing so rapidly, shifting your vibration so quickly, taking these massive energetic leaps and shifts and jumps in your life, this actually makes this person feel a bit triggered into anxiety. Now, only you will know how or if this connects for you. For some of you, this person may be feeling anxious because this could be a romantic situation and they are wary of you changing because they want to really keep you in their life or keep the connection the way that it's always been. This could be a friendship, could be a relationship. For others of you, this could be bringing up these anxieties because when they see you changing, it causes them to naturally begin to introspect and notice the way that time has passed and their life has essentially remained very much the same. I keep hearing something about high school, so this could be someone that you went to high school with. I don't know why I'm picking up on that for someone. The Temple Path card in the upright position. So very importantly, Divine Feminine, a message is coming out that, and wow, this is a really powerful message coming from your guides. This may be part of that inner guidance that we channeled in the beginning. You are someone who aligns others with their highest, most divine timeline. And I'm hearing short-lived connections. I don't know who this is for. This could just be for a few people. I have chills all over though, because you have a very powerful spiritual energy. But much of this work that you do on others actually happens beneath your awareness. It happens subconsciously, but it still has a really powerful effect on other people. And what this is that you come into people's lives in a very divine way. So it might seem like coincidental or random meetings, but really your souls have contracted or called each other in a sense. And you get called into the lives of those who are seeking at a higher self level to have their life shaken up, to go through some type of awakening or some type of massive change and upheaval in their life that ultimately will realign them more closely with their highest possible available timeline if they are willing to be courageous enough to allow those changes to occur, as scary as they might be. So your energy, in a sense, it like upheaves the lives of other people, and it can be very triggering for them in the moment in this way. It brings a lot of chaos, but it's just because when someone touches you energetically, when they meet you through words or meet you physically or communicate with you, form some kind of connection with you, they are touched by your powerful energy that begins to almost like start to awaken them or realign them with this highest path. But not everyone is ready for the chaos that divine realignment can temporarily bring into their life. And in fact, for some reason, I'm hearing some of them may blame you for the chaos because they see that after connecting with you or being around you, their life becomes a bit chaotic in certain ways. I don't know who that's for. I feel like that might just be for one or two people, but regardless, there's a very strong collective divine feminine message here that regardless of who you are listening, your energy has a truly powerful effect on people that you come into contact with. And ultimately, this is for the purpose of realigning them with their highest path, but in the moment, it can be very chaotic for them. It causes them to really go deep, to begin to introspect, to recognize the ways in which they have been living very unconsciously and therefore unconsciously been creating unhappiness, unfulfillment in their own life. Now, I do feel like there's an important message here about remembering your power of influence rather than allowing yourself to be influenced back into old patterns, habits, connections, or dynamics from those around you who might be triggered by your light or by the way in which your energy impacts them. So I am going to be reshuffling some of the cards here. Okay, so what else is going on with this situation? What else can I channel for the Divine Feminines listening here? Okay, we have the energy is gaining momentum, but it's actually in the reverse position. So I'm hearing that there may be many people who are energetically connected to you in this web of consciousness. So these could be people from your past, anyone you've had some kind of connection with, and this group of souls is all feeling this powerful vibrational shift you've been making recently within yourself. And this might be causing you to feel them kind of thinking about you, wondering about you, potentially placing judgments on you, or just wondering how you are. And this might be causing a slight drain in your energy, but there's one specific person or connection. I feel that this connection was most likely romantic in nature and from your past. And I'm hearing stalled out, like it feels like this connection stalled out unexpectedly or prematurely, like it moved very, very quickly in the beginning. It built a lot of momentum, and then it's almost as though it just kind of bottomed out very unexpectedly. And I feel like someone was really caught off guard by the way in which this connection seemed to stall out so quickly. I'm saying stalled out instead of ended because it doesn't really feel like it ever ended between the two of you. It feels like it got into some kind of rut, or it's almost like you were moving along very quickly and then fell into some kind of hole, metaphorically speaking, and the connection just never really moved any further. So this person, I feel, is someone who's potentially been hung up on you for a very long time. I'm going to be pulling a few traditional tarot cards. And of course, wow, very synchronistically, we have the Four of Coins. And this card can quite literally translate to holding on to people or possessions or things from the past. We also have the Three of Coins. So I feel as though there was a time when this person was really committed to you and to this connection, where the two of you were really working together on something or very much connected in some type of way. The Three of Coins can very often be a teamwork card. It feels like you and this person were some type of team. You may have been married to this person. You may have been in a relationship. You could have just been in a very close bond of some sort. And then suddenly again, there was this stalling out, and now this person is still holding on. And that word still seems to be really emphasized here, because I do feel like there may have been a lot of time that has passed since this connection initially stalled out. I do see the numbers 2222, which are very strong numbers of alignment. So what else is going on here with this person? Journey in the reverse position. Yeah, it's almost as though one person here walked away and the other remained very hung up, but almost like secretly. What else can I channel here? This person has, with hostilities reversed and broken heart reversed, come to terms with the fact that they are never going to meet anyone like you. I feel as though this person, I'm hearing they had a lot of love for you but weren't ready. And although they aren't communicating at this time, which is really strange, this person has this sense that they're never really going to be able to forget you or fully move on from you. I see someone looking at someone's social media, so you might be connected with this person through social media in some way. Now, we have the World card in the upright position and the Magician and the Mirror reversed. So what these cards are telling me, first of all, the Magician and the Mirror can be a twin flame card. So it's possible this person is a twin flame. But regardless, I see that there may have been some imbalance in their energy that caused this connection to stall out. I'm hearing it was necessary. I don't know who that's for, but it may have felt as though some kind of separation or disconnect from this person was necessary in the 3D. And yet at this higher self-soul level, having touched your energy, divine feminine, having connected with you, this masculine, because I do feel it's a masculine for most of you, is actually going through some kind of very intense expansion, spiritually speaking. And right as I said that, we have the Temperance card, and I feel whoever I'm speaking to went through a period of time, this masculine with the Temperance card reversed, went through a period of time where for some reason I'm feeling like they're reckless. They may have been partying a lot. I don't know why that is very specifically coming through, or just there's kind of that essence of someone being very reckless with their energy. They may have been living very materialistically or superficially. They may have been indulging in some kind of substance or just in a lifestyle that wasn't really feeding their soul or nourishing their mind, body, and soul. And now it feels like this person is ready to, I'm hearing, to come clean, to go through some kind of almost like a spiritual detox. I feel this person becoming very tired of the way in which they were living their life recklessly, or I'm hearing doing things to attempt to distract themselves from how they were feeling about you, because this person sees you, Divine Feminine, as their peace, and they feel as though they've just been doing things recklessly, acting or living recklessly, trying to forget you, trying to distract themselves from you, and they're done doing that. They don't want to do that anymore. They feel very decisive that they want the peace that you and your connection brought them. But here we have the Magician in the reverse position. So it's almost this energy like this person now feels this fixation on you. They feel like they're done living the way that they've been living. They know what they want. They desire this peace that your connection brought them. And yet they're feeling blocked in some type of way. With the Magician in the reverse position, I'm hearing they're not sure how to move forward, but they know what they want. They also see you as being this Queen of Pentacles energy, this very abundant energy, someone who is very prosperous. I'm hearing you somehow, you've gone through some kind of transformation physically, emotionally, spiritually, that has really gotten this person's attention or surprised them. Not because they didn't believe you were capable of doing it, because I feel this person has always admired you, but something about your transformation felt very sudden to them. Again, whether this is a transformation they are sensing subconsciously, energetically, or one they are literally seeing you go through, if they are seeing you more frequently in the physical. But again, this person sees you in that abundant energy, and they're now feeling very much not on your level. They're feeling very disconnected from you, very unsure exactly how to move this forward. And they could be having some financial concerns as well, with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse position. And I also feel as though whoever I'm channeling here, they're the type of person who would never tell you that, and of course we have the throat chakra reversed, indicating they wouldn't tell you what I'm about to say, but they wouldn't tell you when they're going through a hard time financially or with work. They would really keep this to themselves, but they're feeling kind of embarrassed about something in that regard. And I'm hearing not wanting to take anything from you, only wanting to give to you, to be able to meet you back in that team kind of energy that they're longing to have with you, that the two of you may have actually had in the past. Maybe if you ever were in some kind of connection or relationship of sorts. So wow, very, very interesting reading coming through today. I feel like this might be one of those readings that may just be meant for a certain group of people. So please only take the messages if they do connect with you. But if you are connecting with this reading, I am going to be channeling more in depth on all of this in the extended reading on Patreon. So over on Patreon, we're going to take a deeper look at what this masculine is thinking and feeling, as well as what he desires to communicate to you and what kind of shifts he's undergoing spiritually and energetically. Because as we said with the World card, this masculine is going through a very intense spiritual expansion, and yet not communicating in 3D very much, if at all, at this time. And the extended version of the reading will also be channeling messages for you, Divine Feminine, from your guides, from your higher self, from whatever spiritual forces you personally connect with, and any other details or pieces of information that are pulled through that reading. So if you are feeling guided to that extended reading, the link to it is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. So to close out this first reading here on YouTube, we have the Hand of Fatima. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. Okay, and the guidebook says, I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. What did I tell you? It really feels like the masculine coming through here has just really recognized within himself that he is never going to be able to move on from you or this connection, that you're always going to hold this really divine and special place in his heart. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am a surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul. I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. The crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, this oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now is your own consciousness as a seed, perhaps of a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of self that is coming to maturity under the divine, loving protection of the Divine Mother. You are being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. Have some discernment about who you involve yourself with and how you choose to use your time and energy. Give yourself permission to say your no and yes as dictated by your heart. So I really hope this reading brought you some kind of clarity or guidance at this time. If so, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. Also, feel free to subscribe to this channel, join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. The link to the extended version of the reading that we will be channeling over on Patreon now is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. I am sending you so much love, wishing you the most beautiful day and weekend, and I will talk to you again in Monday's reading.